first thing I thought of when I was looking at this car was keeping up with the Joneses. Have you ever heard that expression? That's where you can't afford something, but you're writing a check that your body can't cash. You're overreaching, you're overextending yourself. Casey, that's a Cadillac. How dare you say that's American luxury? It is American luxury, and that's great, but this is a Camaro. In case you didn't know, this is a four-door Camaro, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but sorry, okay, let's get in here. First of all, you got two different engines. There's a 2-liter and then there's a 2.7. And then we'll talk about the Darkwing in a second. The Blackwing, Darkwing, anyway, whatever, Darkwing, Duck. Anyway, we'll get to there in a second. This one that I drove is about 238 horsepower and about 250 pound-feet of torque. No. And it gets an 8-speed automatic transmission. When you bump up to the 2.7 liter, then you get a 10-speed automatic. But this little car right here, it's got an 8-speed. All-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It's very nice. I don't want you to think, Casey's just trashing on it. No, about what we're talking about here. We know we can't fit back passengers or passengers in the back seat of a Camaro. Hell, you can't fit passengers in the back seat of this. If you do, they need to be small. SM all. But anyway, it's just a little bitty car. And they say it's an entry-level luxury car. Think about that term for just a second. Entry-level luxury car. Why not just buy the fully loaded version of a Chevrolet? Well, in this case, you can't because it's a 2-door. Anyway, all I'm saying is this is a bare bones base model Cadillac. You get to show up to the Cadillac function, but real Cadillacs might laugh at you. This replaced the ATS, I believe. You've got the 2.7 that bumps up to 309 horsepower or 325 horsepower if you do the V. Now let's go ahead and talk about the horsepower with the Darkwing or the Blackwing. Darkwing. The Blackwing doesn't even have a 4-cylinder. It has a twin-turbo V6. The 3.6 V6 that's under the hood of the Camaro. You know, the V6 that everybody's clowned on for 10 plus years. You know, that V6. Now people, oh, it's a Cadillac. Woo! It does have twin turbos. She's putting out a lot of power, like 472 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. You can get that 10-speed auto, or you can do some shifting of your own and put a manual. That car is not trying to keep up with the Joneses, okay? That car has some oomph to go with it. Anyway, that counts as a real Cadillac to me. I'm not dogging this. Here's what I would say about this car. If you're gonna buy this car, okay, I would never buy this car brand new. I would imagine that it's overpriced to hell and back. Matter of fact, let's see here. I think it ranges in price from about the mid-30s up into the high 40s, low 50s. Then I see a lot of them for sale a year, 2 years later in the 20s. Luxury cars, not just Cadillac, Lexus, well, Lexus is not that one, but Mercedes, BMW, Land Rover, Genesis, those cars take a phenomenal depreciation, okay? If you don't ever need to buy a new car, there's no point to do that. Buy a used car. Let somebody else take the depreciation. But anyway, let's get back. I'm not talking about that. Does anybody know who James May is? Remember James May from Top Gear across the pond over there with Clarkson and Richard Hammond? Remember those guys? James May once said that if a car has Nürburgring or tested at the Nürburgring, that means it's ruined and trashed. I don't know about it that far, but what he's trying to say there is it's more sport suspension, stiffer suspension link handling, stuff like that. But y'all got to remember, Cadillacs, that's from a different generation. You ever heard of floating? That's where that term came from, was old Cadillacs and Lincolns just floating down the interstate. Anyway, on the flip side of that coin, since Lincoln doesn't really make a car right now, they don't. Cadillac's the only one participating against the Germans and sports sedans and things like that. So we got to give Cadillac a little bit of kudos. All right, we got heated seats, cooled seats. There's some parking sensors to let us know stuff is going on. Lane keep assist, there's for the passenger side. We got dual zone climate control. A little bitty screen. I'm kind of disappointed in the screen size, but hey, it is what it is. Android Apple and Auto CarPlay. There's Sirius XM. There's Alexa. Gonna do some Cadillac maps. There's OnStar. Volume knob. Oh, okay, cool. I like the little knobs. Actually, I kind of like the little knobs instead of just pushing over, and then obviously it's a touchscreen. The gauge cluster is a little small, but you've got the necessary stuff right there. We've got speed limit posted right there in the center. It's got the temperature, the time, tax, speedometer. It's got 37,000 miles on it. Let's do, what kind of drive modes have we got? Let's hone in right there. See the little racing flag down there at 37,000 miles? Tour mode, my mode, sport, snow and ice, and that's it. So we got my mode, tour, sport, snow and ice, and that's it. Now when you do that though, you got some stuff going on right here. Tour mode, looks like we've added a little engine. And let's scroll on over to sport. Whoa, we've added everything when we go to sport mode. And then let's head on down in here into snow and ice, and we've removed everything. We need traction. Got some cruise control buttons going on right there on the steering wheel. Let's scroll through a few things and see what else we got. We got any fun stuff here? Kids. Driver assistance. Brake pad life left. Got 84 in the front, 87 in the back. That makes sense. Air filter life's at 55%. Tire pressure, 35 all the way around. Got us a nice fresh oil change. We got 169 miles till we're out of gas. It's small in here. Sorry about the juicenesses and the oozes. It's starting to turn into spring and summer down here in the south. The interior's nice. We've got reclining seats. We've also got massaging seats. Let me show you what we got going right there. Let's play with a little bit right here. So on the button, you've got another dial. Let's scroll down and let's roll. Oh, instantaneous. Okay. We can roll it one big roll, or we can do a 3-ray roll. What else we got? Oh, there we go. So now we can flare on the sides right there if you want to. Now there's just for the center. Ooh. That feels nice and juicy. Okay, the seats are good. I found the highlight of this car. The seats are great. Nothing ever goes wrong in here. It's a slick top. No sunroof in this car. Kind of surprising. A look at the back. This dark red interior is freaking awesome. Cranberry. It's got the red stitching right there. Nice little glove box. It's nice. It's soft to touch everywhere. I think I'm correct in saying this is an entry-level Cadillac. Let's finish this up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Also, Ford of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Thank you for letting me have playtime. Thank you very, very much. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching the video, and have a hobbly.